Hello friends, Erin Oberlander, certified holistic aromatherapist and herbalist here with you today. I wanted to do a quick aromatherapy tip for snowstorms, particularly spring snowstorms, since we are going to get hammered again here in the upper Midwest with storms. And it's kind of hard to deal with snow and cold again after a long winter. And what's happened in our bodies over the winter is that we have accumulated a lot of water element, and a lot of the cold has kind of sunken into our bones. It's caused us to become congested in a lot of ways. And by the time we get to spring, we're just ready to be outside. We're ready to be in the warmth. Of course, we intuitively know this. And if you're not connected with that intuition anymore, I would encourage you to go over to intuitiveseason.com and get yourself enrolled in the Intuitive and Seasonal Living Academy, where we talk a lot more in detail about a lot of these things and how to incorporate them into your lives. But when it comes to spring and when it comes to spring snowstorms, we are already full to the brim with the excess water element that we have and the excess cold that we've experienced over the winter. So when winter snowstorms come, we're kind of prepared for that because we know that it's part of the deal. But in spring, we're just over it, right? So how can we bring some balance in with aromatherapy when we are dealing with spring snowstorms? And really this could apply to any time where you feel like you need to dry out a bit and warm up. And that is through the use of either resins or natural incenses. And so I'm going to show you both of those today. So what are resins? Resins are basically the blood of a tree. And when a tree bark in some way becomes scarred or damaged, the blood, so to speak, of the tree leaks out and then it hardens. So you, as a kid, probably played in pine trees and you noticed that your hands would get really sticky. Well, that is the sap or the blood, so to speak, of the tree. When it comes to resins that we want to use for aromatherapy, there's a couple that I really love. The one behind me is copal. That is an incense from South America that's been used in spiritual practices for a long time. But when it comes to snowstorms, I really love to grab myself some frankincense resin. Why frankincense? Well, frankincense is uplifting and focusing and calming at the same time. And it is the very definition of warm and cozy. So what you do with a resin is you need to have yourself a resin burner of some kind. And all this is on the inside is a burner. And you can get these electric, or you can get the ones that actually have like a charcoal that you light, or you can get ones that you do with candles, but I prefer the electric just because it's simple and fast. So all you need to do is put in a small amount of the resin onto the burner, turn it on, and within a few moments, you'll start to notice that smoke starts to begin to rise from your incense burner. And why this is so cool is that this represents the fire element, the warmth that we need to balance out that excess water element, and it also represents dryness to help to counteract that cold, damp that we might be experiencing in our bodies from the winter. If you don't have one of these and you're looking for an alternative to this, I would encourage you to look toward incenses. And it's very important with incenses, very, very important, that you look for some that are natural. If you go to your average place to buy incense, those are going to be made with petrochemicals, and they're toxic, and they're not something that's going to be therapeutic to your body. In fact, they'll actually raise your stress hormones, because toxic chemicals raise your stress hormones, and when we inhale them, it's not a good thing. But when you can source a natural incense, here's a natural incense stick. I got these at Alpine Botanicals down in Ned, Colorado, Netherlands. And they have a source there that they actually take the leftover byproducts of the distillation process of essential oils, and they make them into these natural incenses. And the company is called Savitura Botanicals. Don't know much about them other than these are amazing incenses. So all you have to do is light these up and let that dry, smoky element of the heat, the fire element, and the dryness help to counteract all of that cold, all of the discouragement that you might be feeling from the winter snowstorm. It'll help to give you the warm cozies. It'll also help to boost and uplift your mood. So again, resins with the resin burner, or you could call this an incense burner, I suppose, as well, or just regular incense sticks from a natural source. These are going to be things that are going to be really helpful to boost your mood and bring in those elemental balances that we really need in the spring when we're just sick and tired of winter. Hope that was helpful. If it was, go ahead and like and subscribe to this video. Comment below what you learned. Go ahead and share it as well. And if you want to learn more about tips like this to help bring balance to your life, I actually have an online 4-season intuitive and seasonal living academy that combines personal development with the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda, TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, and the modern science of aromatherapy to help you to connect you to your innate wisdom, which is something that we could all use more of. I hope you have a beautiful day, and we'll see you next time.